in the I don't know what, in the store, you know. Appreciate that they put the eggs for you over there. Just say thank you, or how are you doing, or when you know, I know really how to play around with the situation that you know, when people when they, for a very simple example, when people stuck the eggs in the fridge, then I say, can you close the door? It gets a little bit too cold over here. Very simple thing, but I, you know, say it with a, you know, with a half laugh, and they can hear from my voice that I don't say it with a disrespect. And then especially when I come in new stores, of course there are tons of different kind of situations, but this is a very simple example, right? And then they look at me and they think, yeah, this guy is totally nuts. But then the next time, just greet them, and then the next time they smile. As you can also see, this takes time. So if you come multiple times to the same supermarket, just build up, you know, keep it plain and simple, and then at one point repetitive behavior becomes part of your character. And I do believe, and I said this in one of my shorts also, nobody ever went to jail for giving too many compliments or ripple effect something like positivity into the world, right? Show a little bit of appreciation. Like this guy at the mineral place, you know, he keeps it clean over there. People clean their noses, their ears, and, you know, wash their clothes, that it doesn't become like this river in India where everybody puts in wherever they want to put in, you know. And that is something also, and when now the water is clean, but what if it's not, you know, gonna get contaminated or whatever? People fuck around with the water, you don't know. So the role of this, and this guy, okay, maybe he has not so much power, but you know, if people would fuck around with the water over there, he takes care of the small corrections. And of course, we're not talking about some nuclear plant somewhere in Russia that needs to be guarded, but still, he has a function in this world, you know, small things, but still, think about this. And this water. So again, be also grateful when you also can open a bottle, you know. You go to the supermarket, you buy a bottle of water. So easy. There are people who have to walk miles and miles to get a little bit of dirty, you know, those people, I don't know which country exactly, but I think it's Africa, you know, they have to walk for miles and miles to drink the most dirtiest water with the risk of getting all kind of shit on your face and whatever, or all kind of diseases and run to the toilet kind of situations. So another thing to be grateful for, you know. Think about those things. Think about, again, when it's about your own body, you know, if you at this moment not in pain, or if you also in pain, let's keep it to the first thing. Let's say you're not in pain. Imagine, you know, that all of a sudden one organ stops working. Yeah, then you're in trouble. And then all those normal people problems, they are not such a big problems anymore. They don't matter anymore. Health is part of the deal. That's why I'm also promote and speak about training as much as possible. And then that's why I'm also sharing very basic stuff, you know, like this Google Sheet. Start using this Google Sheet, and you know, and the Google Sheet is such a simple but very, very strong. You can build a very strong foundation of your health, because if you don't track what you're doing, you cannot improve it. And you also not motivate your subconsciousness. And the thing is, when using this Google Sheet, and again, because it's for free, people don't see the real value in general. And that's the problem in one way. You know, everything that's for free is not valued as much as if I put $100 price tag on it. But of course, let me also be very clear about this. If people want to have a sit down with me, yeah, then I charge for my time, obvious. And of course, why would I charge for my time? Well, first of all, you would speed up your process tenfold, if not 50-fold, because I'm doing this for decades. So that is experience, bringing experience to the table, but also know how to speak about it. So maybe somehow you get a little bit motivated, right? And also put in the more direction, the right direction, because you know, you can start. And so for example, when it's about my calisthenics and run thing playlist here on YouTube, you can slap multiple exercises together in the Google Sheet. I'm just telling you now exactly how to build a little bit structure, and then you find, and in the first place you try them all and you see this one hurts the least, and then a mix, and then put 3 or 4 that you do on a daily basis, slap them together, and that's your daily part of your daily routine. And mix it up a little bit with, you know, some of the exercise that I'm doing, the 360 with the straight legs hanging on the pull-up bar. And when you say, no Dylan, I don't have the luxury of calisthenic spots, well, I'll show you also multiple exercises without any equipment. You can do them bare naked. And not only this, you can step out of your bed and straight away do them. The 13 step 1 minute exercise. And again, why would you even start doing this though? Well, first of all, put some discipline into your life. You know, be grateful for every little movement that you can make. The forward lunges. Thank your knees for helping you out. You know, your hips. Think about your hips, you understand. And think about all those things. What if they would not be there, or would be that they cause excruciating pain? Then all of a sudden you wish you were in the state you were. And then let's assume that you have some things in your mind going on. Well, if you're in physical pain, your normal people problems that swirl around in your brain are not so important anymore. And this is the thing. I'm not trying to be ruthless, but you know, most people are, let's say the majority of people are so focused on the small things in life, and then they start missing the bigger picture. This bigger picture, look around. I don't know how good you can see it on this camera, but look around the place where you are now. Maybe you would say, yeah, but I'm in the middle of, looks like a fucking war zone over here. But you know what? Try to find grateful, the things that you can be grateful for. Let's say I know a lot of people in, let's say, miserable places, but you know what they do have is family. They have solid connections. Think about that. A lot of people who come from, let's say, very solid families and everything is good, you know, everything is good, their connections are not so solid, trust me, because they haven't been through the ups and downs with each other. You don't build strong connections with people if you haven't been together through something, or that they live in, when you live in the same community, people do understand where you're coming from. And not only this, and that is the same with life. If you always try to be careful with everything, listen to everybody's advice, or what if you fail? Well, be grateful for the fact that you do have the opportunity to actually fail. Be grateful for that. And the thing is, a lot of people put a negative label on failing. I failed so much, I failed publicly when I lost everything. But you know what? Their opinion doesn't matter. What matters is how grateful for that you could be. And in my case, I am grateful for all the negative events that happened to me, that I went through. And the thing is, I'm very grateful for the discipline that I built along the way. But also I'm very grateful for the lesson that I took from it. And also it brought me, all those events, they brought me to a very, very, very close connection with reality, which is actually a beautiful place to live in. In my mind, I'm in peace with everything. And of course that took time. And it could be sped up way much more if I would have the guidance actually that I'm giving you now. And really start thinking about the real normal tiny things in life. For another example, you're probably gonna eat today. And I'm saying it on purpose like this. Why? Think about this. You're gonna eat today. What a celebration, man. Think about this. Or you cannot eat. Your teeth are falling out. You got all of a sudden toothache. Problem. Or you don't have the money to eat. You don't have a roof above your head. Cut. Your parents died. Cut. How miserable would you feel a little bit? There you go. So, while you're sitting now watching this on your luxury telephone, yeah, but darling, I don't have the latest model. Who gives a rat's ass? I buy my phones from